day, children. Today we are going to begin with the 7th chapter, and it's all about housing and clothing. Now, in the warm-up session, we are going to identify and write what each one is doing. Choose from the words given below. Now, what is this gardener doing? He is definitely sweeping the garden. What is Saurabh doing? Saurabh is organizing his toys. What is Dad doing? Dad is washing his car. And what is this woman doing? She is mopping the floor. So that was it about the warm-up session. Now let's look ahead. Observe and learn what are we going to learn today? We are going to observe and learn what a house is made up of and how to maintain a clean house and understand how clothes are made. Got it? So let's move further. Our house. Like birds and animals, human beings also need a place to live in. They live in houses. We all live in lovely houses, isn't it? A house can be big or small. A clean house helps us to remain healthy and happy. A house gives us what, children? It gives us shelter from cold, rain, wind, and heat of the sun. It also protects us from thieves and animals. What is our house made of? Our house should be strong enough to give us protection. It should have a firm base or foundation. Now, what is the meaning of firm and foundation? Let's have a glance at that. Firm means not soft, not shakeable. Foundation means lowest support of a structure. So, it should have a firm base or foundation, strong walls and roofs. A house is built using different materials. Now let's see what are the materials to build a house. Just cement, steel, bricks, wood, glass and iron are some of the materials used to build a house. There are umpteen amount of them, but among them we have stuck to these, or we are going through these. Okay? The walls and the roofs are made of stones or bricks and cement. You cannot see the bricks because there is a layer of cement and paint covering them. The doors and the windows can be made of what? Wood, glass and metal. Now let's see what is a metal. Metal, a strong and a hard substance such as steel, iron and gold. Okay, so those are metals. Floors can be made of cement, marbles, tiles or wood. For this, the best thing would be you just have a look at your house. You will find that there is paint on your walls, and somewhere if something has come off, you will find even the plaster or something has come off. You will definitely find the cement wall, and even if the cement has come off, you will definitely find the bricks over there. Okay, so in case if you cannot see anything of that sort, you can surf the net and search as to how a house is being made. That too would be an interesting topic to conduct a research on. Now, we saw what is a house made up of. Okay, now we are going to proceed further. A good house should also have the following features. It should be well lit, airy, neat and clean. A well-lit house. Let's see a well-lit house. A good house should have sufficient number of windows and doors so that the sunlight reaches inside the house. Sunlight keeps the house dry and free from germs. Sunlight is a natural disinfectant. Now, which is a natural disinfectant, children? Sunlight. Sunlight is very important. So, you need to open your windows as soon as you get up in the morning. Why? Because so that the sunlight can come in, and it is also, the sunlight is a natural disinfectant. An airy house. A house should have ample amount of circulation of fresh air through windows and ventilators. Let us see what our ventilators are. A device that circulates fresh air and removes dirty air. This helps us to breathe well. A house should also have open spaces such as verandas, courtyards and balconies where we can get plenty of fresh air and sunlight. Windows should have shades to keep the rain from entering the house. Wire mesh on the windows prevents insects like mosquitoes and flies from entering the house. The kitchen should have an exhaust to let the smoke out. Now, this is all that we learned about a good house. Now, let us see some special questions that we have here. The first question is, why should we have glass windows in the house? The second is, wooden houses protect the people from cold. How? Name the people who help to keep a house clean. Now, this is all you're going to find out on your own and make a note of it and send it across to me. Okay, then we are going to go further. How can we keep our house neat and clean? Now let's see how we can do that. All the garbage and the household waste should be thrown into the dustbins. The dustbin should be covered and cleaned daily. We should not let garbage and water to collect around the house. Mosquitoes breed in stagnant water and cause diseases like malaria and dengue. We should use a germ and insect cleaner to clean our floors daily. Floors should be swept and mopped daily. Dusting of the house should be done on a regular basis. Bathrooms and toilets should also be cleaned regularly. Things such as toys, books, clothes, shoes and bags should be kept at their proper places. This way, we will not find it difficult to locate things that we need them, or things the next time we need them. Did you get it, children? So, here you learned as to what is a house made up of, what is a good house, and also how we can keep our house clean. So see that your houses are really clean from today onwards. You are going to help your parents to clean the house. Did you get that? Now let's see. The fact is, the disinfectant used in water for mopping the floors kills what? It kills germs. That's the reason we use disinfectants. Did you get it? Now let's see the checkpoint. A house provides us with shelter or danger. Definitely it is shelter. The dash windows or floors are made up of marbles or tiles. It is definitely floors. A house should have proper dash, drainage system or ventilation to carry away the dirty water. It is definitely the drainage system. Plants give us fresh dash, water or air. Plants give us fresh air. Mosquitoes breed in dash, stagnant or flowing water. Definitely it is stagnant water. So see that there is no stagnant water anywhere in your house. Did you get it? Now let's proceed further. Oh my gosh, we have come to something about clothing. Long ago, people wore clothes made of leaves or animal skin. Now today, we wear clothes made from fibers such as cotton, silk, wool and nylon. Clothes protect our body from sun, wind, rain, cold and dust. There are mainly two types of fibers. Which are the two types of fibers, children? That is natural and human made. Which are the two types of fibers? Natural and human made. Now coming to the natural fibers are obtained from either plants or animals. Natural fibers are of two types. Which are those two types of natural fibers? Plant fibers and animal fibers. Now these are the plant. Which Indian state is the largest producer of jute? Now this is what you are going to find out. You are going to make a research on this and let me know soon. Cotton bolls from the plant are used to make fibers. Cotton is obtained from cotton plant. Can you see this lovely cotton dress? It comes from this cotton plant. Did you get it? Now jute fibers from the jute plant. You see the jute sack, you see the jute bag, all this is obtained from the jute plant. Now these are the plant fibers, cotton and jute. Now coming to animal fibers, we have that is silk. Where do we get silk from? The cocoons of the silkworm. We get silk from the cocoons of the silkworm. From the silkworm, the cocoon is made and we get this lovely silk dresses that we wear. And then wool is also obtained from yak and sheep. You can see your gloves, your cap, your mufflers, all this is coming from the sheep and the yak. Did you get it? So this is what we learned about the natural fibers. Now we go on to the human-made fibers. Artificial or human-made fibers are made by whom? They are human beings, made by the human beings. That's the reason they are called human-made fibers. They are also called synthetic fibers. Some examples of human-made fibers are nylon, acrylic, terracotta, rayon and polyester. This is a nylon robe. Can you see it? And this is a lovely acrylic sweater. And these are terracotta materials. And this is a beautiful rayon carpet. So all these are human-made fibers. These are made by humans. Did you get it? These are made by humans. Now choice of clothes. When it comes to clothes, we also need to have a choice. Our choice of clothes depends on the weather conditions. In summer, we wear light colored clothes made of cotton or linen. Such clothes do not absorb sunlight, so we feel cool. They also allow the body heat to escape. Cotton clothes can absorb our sweat. In winter, we wear dark colored clothes made of wool. Such clothes keep us warm by absorbing the sunlight and preventing our body heat from escaping. During rainy season, we wear cotton or synthetic clothes as they dry very fast. We often use a plastic raincoat when we go out in the rain. Plastic does not allow water to pass through. We also use an umbrella to protect ourselves from getting wet. Now, did you understand about the choice of clothes? So, we have different sort of clothes for summer, for winter and for the rains. Isn't that interesting? Get it? Now, fact is, here let's see what is a fact is. Moths can damage woolen clothes. They can be, how can we keep these moths away? We can keep them away by storing woolen clothes along with neem leaves. That is an interesting fact, isn't it, children? Very good. Now we are going to end this lesson by going through the summary. We should take good care of our house. A good house allows plenty of sunlight and air to get in. Our house should be free from dust and germs. Clothes give us protection from heat of the sun. cold, wind and rain. Clothes are made of fibers. Fibers can be either natural or human made. We should wear clothes according to the weather. We should take good care of our clothes. That's it for today, children. Have a nice day.